Alright, let's just go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Good luck, have fun.
Wait, what is the button? Is it triangle or start or X? Fuck.
I just smashed everything.
Have confidence.
It's important to have
Oh, I didn't update
confidence.
that my game is not Crash or Spyro anymore. Oh well.
It's fine. On mine, it still says you're playing Jackbox.
That just hasn't probably updated.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or I didn't hit update information the last time, but whatever.
God damn it, I almost called Crash Spyro. I'm like, because I dropped like an input to like do the neutral side spin, so he's just standing there, and I'm just like, Spyro, what the fuck, man? Yep. There we go. Get me the fuck out of Turtle Woods. Get me the fuck out of here.
It's so weird how even after like so long, the rhythm just stays.
Mm-hmm. Also, apparently I golded that shit by 13.7. Either that or I'm on fucking averages again. No, that's real. The age-old question. Where was my jump crash?
So true.
So true.
Which level did you do after Turtle Woods?
I go completely in numerical order. I have not gotten Galaxy Brain enough to factor in masks.
Oh, whoopsie.
Out of snow go, I have 2 crystals. Man, I hope no one on my team is like a major Crash 2 runner that's gonna be watching me and going, dude, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that?
Somehow I doubt that they will be, though. Like, just, you know.
Yeah.
Like that, they'll have that kind of attitude, I mean.
Right. Honestly, I feel like it'd be like...
I know that at this point I should be beyond giving people the benefit of the doubt, but...
I honestly feel like it'd probably be a lot less pressure if I knew nobody was watching.
Oh, fuck my ass.
Why, what happened?
I died in fucking, the boulder level.
Oh, no. Were you far from a checkpoint or not?
Not particularly, but... It was just a really dumb death.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was in a tiny little hole that I feel like no one's ever died in before.
Right. If I could figure out how to do that walking while talking thing.
I literally just mash X and square the entire time.
Oh,
like,
really?
After I get out of the level.
Right, gotcha.
Yep. I just got one right there.
Oh yeah. And that tells me you've got 3 crystals, as do I. Crash. Wake up there, homie. I'm half debating on, like, if after we finish this, like, maybe even doing a Crash 3 one. And I'm trying to factor in, like, okay, how much sleep am I going to need? So I'm not absolutely dragging ass and dragging inputs.
Wait a minute. Did I just fuck up by going to the left? I forgot.
No, left is where you need to go in the pits.
Okay. It's been a really fucking long time, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. In general, unless left path is a death route, always go left.
Yeah, I mean, I remember sewer or later, whatever fucking
Yep.
called, but for some reason the pits. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, if it wants you to go right, it'll turn you back around. That pits could have been better, but, you know. 15 seconds ahead, that's not too bad. This is a pretty solid start, actually. Yeah, I probably should have taken that easy.
Ah, fuck it, I'll just take the hit.
God, that makes me not want to do the neutral side spin because I don't have this exactly memorized just yet. Ah, ooh, let's not get squished, huh? Let's not do that. That's bad. We don't want to do that. Also, thanks for opening my eyes to R1 to slide instead of circle.
Oh, yeah. Alright. I'll take 3 out of 4 walking while talking. Oh, whoopsie.
I take it you're about to fight Ripperoo. Killer. Get me up there, though. There we go. Wonderful.
If you're not sliding around during the entire TNT phase, are you really fighting Crash 2 Ripperoo?
Oh, I do the exact opposite. I am literally just doing the walking animation with the analog stick.
Dude, I'll like get in the corner, I'll just sit there, I'll be doing like slide jumps and shit the whole time just because I can.
Mm-hmm.
If your intention was to sabotage me there, it worked.
Wait,
Twice.
what? Oh, fuck.
I was looking to
I'm
see
sorry.
who did it, and I just kinda... it's all
Oh,
good.
okay, god damn it. Okay, I will not do that again.
No, it's cool. That's the whole point of it. Especially, I mean...
Okay, but here's the thing, we're racing, and I'm a direct competitor. That's why it feels dirty.
I can understand, yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Thrasher redeemed a YouTube poop clip, and I looked over to see who did it, and it fucking, I looked away from the screen and just kept no-brain autopiloting the whole fucking time.
That's funny.
Excuse me? I just went right through the crystal.
Crash is like, no want shiny. Fucking! Okay. Okay, Crash. Fine. You're being very funny. Distressed slash noises.
Happening? Oh, okay, I see. My controller is dropping literally 5 exit puts in a row. That's cool. I do like being challenged by the hardware that is supposed to just fucking do one thing and one thing only. It's... okay, it must be this spot in the game, then. It must not want me to jump there.
God, what is with this fucking schizophrenic pace? 1 second ahead. 15 seconds ahead. Fucking Christ. Okay, fine, I'll take that hit. If you insist.
I got the little swag spin off the TNT, like the pile of crates with the TNTs in it, you know what I'm talking about? On a air crash.
Oh,
Where you can like spin as you land on one of the TNTs and it'll fucking
oh, yeah, that one hundo strat I keep seeing. How did I not die there? Thank you that I did not die there, but still, holy fucklet. Holy fuckles knuckles.
The eel deal. The cum deal.
Another deal
Ha
comes.
ha. Everybody's laughing because Slash said his thing.
Say the Lord.
Slash said their thing. Jesus Christ, Slash can't even fucking call themselves by the right pronouns. SMH my head.
Wait, hang on. Do you have different pronouns now?
They, them, yeah, but...
Oh, shit. Okay, I need to... Well, here's
no,
the
I was
I need
making
to
fun of
commit...
myself for, you know...
Well, okay, here's the thing. I need to commit that to memory because I was unaware beforehand, and it took prompting from.
I just went into the bonus round of the eel deal, AMA.
It took a little bit of prompting from CFG because I didn't notice like when they switched to they them, and I was like, oh shit, I'm so sorry.
Nah, it's okay. I still sometimes fucking call myself like it's. Referring to myself in the third person sometimes is like such a force of speech pattern, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel really like mad at myself. Wait, like I want people to fucking refer to me a certain way, but I can't even remember to do it myself. I don't know. It's like a self.
Well, you're unlearning like things you've said for literally over 20 years, so I mean, it's gonna be a process.
Exactly. And eel deal has not been much of a deal, and there's just been a lot of eels.
Yep. I'm back to being behind again on the bear level. All of my runs are very push and pull on timing, where it's just like, maybe I'll be ahead, maybe I'll be behind. I never know.
Here's a question, Slash. If somebody misgenders you, would you rather somebody point it out to the person who did it, or would you rather that be left to you to do?
Shit!
I mean, in most circles, I'd probably say I'd prefer if somebody did point it out if I don't say anything, because, you know, as frustrated and angry as I have shown myself to get in recent times, I'm a very non-confrontational person as well.
Yeah, that's valid.
Yeah.
So, like...
Yeah, because sometimes I
It's,
notice...
like, also dependent on the... Huh?
I was just gonna say, sometimes I notice people making mistakes like that, and I never know whether to correct them or leave it to the person who's being misgendered to correct. I never know what's appropriate.
It depends on... It's really situational, like, you know what I mean, to me, because, like, especially when it's somebody who doesn't even know me, I get that. I'll just be like, hey, by the way, you know, whoa, god damn it, I just almost fucking died.
Whoa!
Wait, what just happened?
That was wild.
Got the fucking boost pad glitch where it sends you backwards, but it almost put me right in the way of the nitros.
I have never seen that before.
Well, I just had one where it literally just held me in place. So it's being extra fucky to everyone. Give me that. That's a MacGuffin I need.
But yeah, often when it happens, back to the old topic, when it happens, because I end up wondering, like, did they not notice, or did they not care to correct it?
Well, I mean, if you, like,
it's
correct
so
him...
situational. Like, I mean, pretty much everyone in this circle I know wouldn't ever do it intentionally.
No, I mean, say that you were misgendered, I won't know if you not correcting the person is you not noticing you were misgendered or not caring to correct it.
Oh, yeah, no, I know what you mean. A lot of times it's probably me, like, being too afraid to say anything out loud, because sometimes it is a little scary. Especially when people that I live with refuse to, like, acknowledge it, so, you know, that's a number on your brain.
Yeah. Yeah, before the past year, there was nobody in my life that identified as non-binary, so it's like, it's been a little bit of a process to like go, okay, you need to start using these now. And I'm just sat there like, oh god, I hope I don't fuck up, because that's like one of my like worst social nightmares right now, is like accidentally...
I've had to confront that too.
Yeah. Accidentally.
I can't speak for everyone, of course, right? But from what a lot of people who identify as different genders have told me is, usually if they know that if it's on accident, it's usually not upsetting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's usually, like I was talking to Sam about this the other day, in context of, I forgot what it was, but, I was essentially talking to them about, like, yo, like, my bad if, you still see me, like, say he and then they right after, you know, like, because I'm still trying to adjust, and they were like, that never upsets me at all. What does upset me is when I've told people they, but then they'll say he, but then not correct themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've been told from, like, Pander, like, the verbal backspace is usually, like, really reassuring.
Yeah, the verbal backspace is, like, even though, like, I don't know, like, it's like, what's the word I'm looking for? Even though it feels awkward to do in the moment, it isn't actually awkward.
Yeah.
Because it's better to correct to the correct to train your speech than to not correct to not train your speech, you know?
Right.
I could do like, yeah, should be alright.
I'm just glad the Spyro community is a very welcoming place for all genders and backgrounds and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing. Is like, yeah.
Like, there's still people in my, quote, real day-to-day life, like, my age, you know what I mean, who are, like, the unironic, like, blue-haired pronouns, XDDDDD, you know, kind of people, and it's like, those people, like, I forget that those people are unfortunately not rare. It's forget when you're in a very accepting community that that's not, like, an outlier, that's, like, a very common mindset to come across, you know, unfortunately.
Right.
Yeah, and that isn't helped by the fact that social media, like, funnels us into these bubbles of like-minded individuals and never expose us to people with, like, conflicting viewpoints. So a lot of those people, like, are never confronted with that bias of theirs.
Yeah, and it's always...
Or they are, but it doesn't matter because, like, I browse YouTube Shorts all the time, and I get tons of that type of content. Maybe the algorithm feeds it to me because I watch it angrily, though. You know?
Maybe.
Like, I do watch it because, like, there's no way this is real. You know what I mean? So maybe the algorithm is interpreting that as me enjoying that type of content, you know?
Yeah.
Sasha, how come you dodged that gem?
Because it wastes time. It actually wastes time with,
right.
like...
I forgot about the animation when you come out.
Also, it's the color of yellow, which is the color of piss, and I don't want that in my pockets. I don't want your fucking piss rock.
But yeah, I got very triggered because I was watching YouTube Shorts this morning, and there tends to be this, like, trend of, like a person on TikTok, like, sharing their, like, progressive take, and then, like, a conservative talk show host responding to it by bullying the person, essentially. I'm sure you guys know the trope I'm talking about, right?
I know
like,
that because that's essentially what my parents watch all the goddamn time, whether it's fucking Tucker Carlson or fucking Sean Hannity.
Yep.
Yeah. So I was watching this clip of this, like, girl, like, who fucking, what was the context?
Beautiful.
It was essentially talking about the wage gap, right, between, like, males and females.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, there's a clip of, like, it was essentially, like, this long clip of, like, this girl going down all the facts of, like, how, like, men systemically, like, you know, have been paid more in this, yada, 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 right? And then it just cut to the clip of this talk show guy being like, if you spent all that time working, you would have made as much as us. And it's like, bro, come on. You're really gonna make a whole joke about, like, that without, and the joke doesn't even have any arguments to back up, like, your take on it. You're just gonna joke about it, and that's it, you know?
Well, I imagine a lot of the fucking conservative talk show people were the kinds of people that were bullies in high school or something. Fucking, can I, like,
There was
jump
also
crash?
another one I watched that really triggered me. That was
Crash,
this,
I swear to fuck.
This...
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
I've had that
There was
happen
one that triggered me, too, of this fucking... It was the same thing. It was a conservative talk show host reacting to this non-binary teacher talking about how, like, it was actually a wholesome TikTok. It was a funny TikTok of this non-binary teacher being like, so I use they them programs in the classroom with my kids, and there's a new student that came in and this and that, and when I explained to the student that I'm not a boy or a girl, the student said, if you're not a boy or a girl, does that mean you're dead? right?
Oh
And
my
that's
God.
pretty wholesome. That's
Whoa.
pretty funny. But that's not what was bad. The conservative talk show host cut to the clip and was like, "Well, sounds like that's the kid's the only person in the classroom with any sense of fucking sanity. This, and that." And it's like that was annoying. But the part that really got me was at the end. The guy goes, "Who hires these people?" And it's like,
These
are you really
people.
just gonna claim that people who are non-binary should not be allowed to be teachers? Are you dead ass?
Genuine question, what did that teacher go by in place of Mr. or Mrs.?
That's a good question, actually. I don't know.
Oh, I didn't know if that was covered in the video.
The breadth of
No, it
my
wasn't.
fucking... The breadth of my knowledge is, like, they, them, and I'm, like, terrified of, like, using, like, terms like king or queen or, you know, Mr., Mrs., that kind of thing. I'm like, I need some material for this.
That's why I
Oh,
love the term gamer. It's extremely ambiguous towards the gender. It's not derogatory much anymore in the sense of fucking, you know, gamers, and
It's been memeified. It's
For
been
me,
feeding.
it's still very much is, you know, tied in with the connotations of someone who's on Twitter and will send death threats to the voice actress of a character because that character did something very, you know, unpopular in game. That kind of like
I do know that's a trope, but I don't let that trope define the word gamer for me. It's kind of like if I say I'm a Nintendo fan, I'm not gonna let the trope of a Nintendo fan define that. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I think that it's a word that should be fucking reclaimed.
Yeah, gamer should be reclaimed for sure. Like, it got turned into, like... I mean, don't get me wrong. A majority of gamers in the, like, popular FPS or fucking MOBA sense are toxic fucks, but they should have a different connotation than just being a gamer.
Yeah.
When I think gamer, I think of degen that stays up 12 hours at night fucking grinding in the best way possible, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just someone who is passionate about video games. Like, that's all it should mean.
Right.
I think it's been forever tainted for me. Like, I will not stop thinking of that, unfortunately.
But yeah, I often struggle
really
with, like...
chat. I'm like, just...
I often find myself struggling with, like, gendered language in that way, too. Because guys has been, like, a part of my lexicon for so long, and I never know who's going to be cool with being included in that and who isn't, because
obviously,
at least in my area, it's a very gender-neutral term, despite, like, inherently having a gender.
Yeah.
I can't
Same with
speak
dude.
for everyone, but every non-binary person I've talked to about this subject has said that they view guys in the, like, holistic sense as gender neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because guys, to me, means everybody. You know, hey everybody, hey guys, you know? Like, that's one of those things where it just, through the evolution of language, became a different thing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily have a masculine connotation to it in that context, you know?
Right.
But obviously, you can't speak for everybody, you know what I mean? But, like, generally speaking, I feel safe until told, like, otherwise by someone who would be uncomfortable by that, you know, using that kind of language. I don't feel like anyone would particularly get upset at me for that.
Right. There's a lot of different... Because, like, it's kind of like a brand new concept to me, like, comparatively. Because there's a lot of questions I want to ask, like, folks who identify as non-binary, like... how they, you know, came to that, like, realization or whatnot. But I'm also, like, terrified
I'd be more than happy to share that story literally right now. Well, not, like, right now, but after you're done.
Yeah. Well, it's just
That's, like, something I don't mind telling at all.
Because I'm, like, half wondering, like, how many fucks, like, would ask questions like that in bad faith, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, sure.
Like to get you in a gotcha moment or some shit.
I'm often just genuinely curious about stuff like that, but I always feel like there's a fucking time and a place, and it'll be awkward if I ask at an inappropriate time or place.
Yeah.
And I never know what is an appropriate time or place.
What I will say though, Thrash, is you make it very clear that you don't try to come across as malicious. I promise, homie. You make it very clear.
Well, that's reassuring, at the very least.
Hello?
But yeah, I'm curious about your story too, Slav.
Yeah,
I mean, I can totally understand, like, I've talked to many people in my personal life who've come to that conclusion, and I totally understand, like, that idea, like, because, like, I have questioned my gender before. I do think I am comfortable with he, him pronouns and all that, but there is a part of me that definitely is like, well, essentially the conclusion I came to was, I definitely don't identify with toxic masculinity, but I'm not gonna let that define what masculinity would be for me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that was where my question came from. And I was like, toxic masculinity fucking sucks and I hate it. Maybe, you know, this is all I know as masculinity, you know what I mean? But eventually, like, later on, I was like, there is definitely such a thing as positive masculinity, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah,
Sure.
so I definitely can understand it, because I've questioned it before, like, you know what I mean? I've definitely wondered if I feel comfortable with my gender before, for sure.
That's something I wonder about a lot with myself. I'm still not sure what I am.
And I think that's
Yeah,
totally fair to
I mean-
not know, because our whole lives, we were told to believe one thing, you know what I mean? Like, and we're not encouraged to those questions in the slightest, you know? But yeah, I'm very curious about your story, Slav.
I say story like it's really a long thing. It's not at all, really. It's basically just like, through my entire life, I just didn't feel very attached to either, like, traditional gender identity in any way, shape, or form. Like, I don't know. I just feel I have very many qualities of any gender, and I just don't feel really tied to one. So I'm just kind of, I don't know. I feel like I just kind of exist, and, you know, I'm in this plane of existence, and just am a human being, not necessarily a male or a female.
Right.
Was there something that pushed you to, like, make the switch in terms of language and stuff?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of the time that I've spent in this community, honestly, because everyone's so supportive, and, like, you know, as a result, I was able to, like, I felt more comfortable thinking about that part of myself, you know, and, like, expressing it and talking about it and being open about it.
Yeah.
The more common a accepting environment for this type of stuff is, the more common people will feel comfortable questioning their stuff that they feel scared to question otherwise, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
We as a society need to stop stigmatizing curiosity upon oneself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree with that.
I wish it were a simple task to just, like, have a trial run on pronouns so that I could get a feel for what I would want, but it's hard enough sometimes for people to, like, get used to, like, a committed change to that I feel like it would be,
I've noticed that there's
like,
a lot.
I guess annoying somehow if I wanted to try something out for a while and see if it fits.
I know that there's, like, a good handful of people that just refer to people they don't know by them, like, just to be safe and everything.
I assume.
that's certainly how I
I
go.
try to assume they now. I mess up a lot, but
Yeah.
I've been trying hard to assume they, because I think 30 years from now that will be the, like, English normal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, remove all the politics and bullshit from this, you know, like, whole, like, thing. I think the English language will evolve to use gender-neutral pronouns as a result of the way society is evolving. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be a good thing.
I mean, it's kind of the nature of language to evolve. Otherwise, we'd be doing thou and ye and old, you know, shit like that.
Because there have been studies to prove that the type of like language that you associate to like the type of gendered language you associate to something that's not instinctually gendered actually impacts the way you view it, right?
Right.
Like if you use like female oriented pronouns towards an inanimate object, oftentimes when people asked about like I wish I could give you guys the example that was in the video I watched, but it was like if you like use like pronouns that are often considered feminine for an object, like say you like have like the what was it? It would be like the elegant, pretty lamp pole, right?
Right.
Versus like the
burly. I don't.
the burly, rugged lamp pole, right?
Yeah.
Like they're both a lamp pole, but the words we just used to describe them were gendered, but they had associations to them. The emotion associated to those gendered like words changes the way you feel about the object, right?
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's like super weird that that's the case. Like a
I
lot
can't
of other
imagine
languages
how
don't have that. Like English isn't super unique in that. Other languages do it too, but like it is weird that certain languages have this kind of idea where it's like these things that aren't gendered get attached to genders when trying to describe the emotion, like, you know, attached to the like object, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can only imagine how complicated it gets in languages like Spanish, where literally like every noun and every adjective to describe that noun is gendered.
Yes. Yeah, that's also.
And then even in like languages like Korean, it goes even further to do things that English doesn't do. Like in Korean, like it's like age is in language, like how older somebody is than you or how younger somebody is than you. If you have to give somebody the like respectful you know what I mean, like way of referring to somebody versus the like somebody's below you or somebody's adjacent to you in age and like respect, you know? Like these are all different terms that you'd use, and all of them have different ones for male and female.
Fate Wolf just.
Yeah, Japanese is a lot like that too.
Fate Wolf just.
And also, I can bet you that fucking the easiest way fucking kids rebel in those fucking countries is to just call fucking older people the younger term.
Right. Fate Wolf just gave their piece on it. If someone's able to read that out, because I feel like it's a good contribution to the discussion we're having. Unfortunately,
Notice I
I'm
use
kind of
y'all
busy.
and fam. Oh, sorry. I've noticed I use y'all and fam as my defaults. I've done this since I was little because I never wanted to use something wrong, so it's always been my default to talk to those I socialize with, whether I'm sure or not. Said Fate.
Yeah.
Say y'all
Very
in
well.
context of multiple people, but like yeah, with one person that is kind of hard. But fam totally. I've been saying fam since I was young, but just because it's a cool word.
Yeah.
I just don't like the word.
Feel that
That's the
back.
only reason I don't use it. It feels weird.
Use the word homie a lot.
I like
do,
that one.
yeah.
I use
Well,
that one.
I don't use it as much, but I used to call everyone home.
Like another example of like gendered speech that kind of became gender neutral over like a little bit, not as much as like dude, but like bro. Like people say bro
yeah.
like in gender neutral ways all the time, even if it's not referring to someone. Where it's like, oh shit, bro, did you know this happened? It's like you may even say that to somebody who like identifies female. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that a lot too.
I know, like, some people, like, I've heard Laura say that it's a personal pet peeve of hers to, like, be referred to as, like, dude and all that kind of stuff, where it's just like, yeah, I do understand why. It's...
I guess it makes a lot of sense because I don't think that British English uses that a lot.
Right.
I didn't know that actually.
I remember her casually, like, saying that at some point. I couldn't tell you where. Also, you are all my family, thus my fam. Hell yeah, Fate Wolf. God. Penguin. I swear to fuck.
But yeah, I imagine that for a British person, the association is probably a lot stronger to the actual gender that the word refers to, rather than
Right.
being as
Yeah,
generalized as it is in
I can't
American
think of a time
English.
I've ever heard of a British person going, "Oh, dude." Oh, bro.
Perhaps
Maybe
I
one who spends a
fucking
lot of time with Americans.
glitch lights on the platforms like you were talking about last time.
Oh,
This is
you're in Ruination.
Really
yeah.
unfortunate. Fuck, dude, I cannot see anything.
Yeah.
Damn it, there goes Mask Theory, god damn it.
I was a full-ass fucking minute behind, and Tiny alone catapulted me, like, almost to PB pace.
Sheesh.
It's so fucking push and pull with this goddamn set of splits.
Mm.
Also, if you're going in the same order I am almost a full level behind you. I'm just entering Ruination now.
Not really. Doing Ruination. But what the fuck was that? Okay. I have Ruination and one other level left, I think.
Yeah, and I've got Behaving next.
Game tried to fuck me, and I said, nah, bro.
Oh, I'm not gonna make the cycle.
Castrated that motherfucker.
I will laugh my ass off if, like, my race with you ends in a PB.
Oh no, I have 2 levels left, I'm sorry.
Looking pretty strong so far.
Yeah.
I have Behaving, and then I have, what is it, Hanging Out?
Oh, yeah, Hanging Out. Yeah,
Mask Theory isn't totally dead.
When
hell
you
is
say
Mask
Mask
Theory? What
Theory,
does that
I was
mean?
about to say.
Okay, so if you get the triple mask in, fucking,
Hanging Out. There we go.
Yeah, it's called Mask Theory. Because, like, it was like, it used to be, like, a hypothetical, like, you move faster with the mask. But we weren't sure if it was any faster than, like, just regular damage inducing. Or they, I guess, weren't sure. I wasn't really involved in this, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, it's still called Mask Theory. At least it was when I used to run the game. I don't know, it might have evolved into something else by now.
You know, you just kind of reminded me of 2/, and you using this word in this context reminded me, like, of something, like, that happened with my parents one time. I was talking to my parents about gendered speech and the use of they, and they were like, don't you use they when it's multiple people? And it's like, yeah, that actually does happen sometimes, but, like, that's just the association that's been built with it, you know what I mean?
It's all encompassing.
Yeah.
I think the biggest hurdle to they/them pronouns is the fact that it also changes the words around it. What's an example?
I can't think of any examples, actually.
I know people have, like...
So, like, okay, so say we're talking about a man, it would be he is, but if we're talking about something with they/them pronouns, it would be they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Like,
are,
the fact that it changes the words around it makes it slightly less... It makes it slightly more unwieldy.
Yeah. I know people have, like, called me they/them for, like, the, you know, safety thing, but, like, being called they/them, like, still feels incorrect to me. Like, I'm not, like, gonna be the person that's gonna, like, fucking make a big fucking deal about it, but at the same time, like, when there's a little bit of me that goes, like, he, him would be a lot more correct, honestly.
Honestly, as much as I get where you're coming from on that, I think that feeling of misgendered identification is just as valid. But I understand why you'd feel that way.
Yeah, and I also understand why they'd go to that because of reasons we've already discussed.
And the assumption, like, a lot of people are comfortable with they as a placeholder, but I think it is a totally valid thing to not be comfortable with that as well.
Right.
And I think, you know, the majority of people who are already accepting in the first place, you know what I mean,
yeah.
are going to be accepting that idea as well.
I'm not gonna, like, flat out say, like, oh, you're completely wrong. It's like, that's slightly less correct. Alright, behaving done. Oh, Christ. 32 seconds ahead. After being a full minute ahead. And after being a full minute behind.
My least favorite part about all of it, too, is when fucking on these YouTube shorts, I'll see all these fucking like the most common argument I always see. That's the most ridiculous one. The whole, oh well, they're trying to change how we have to talk. They're trying to change the way we use our words. They're trying to make us literally like change how we like speak. And it's like, bro, have you ever heard of a nickname?
Right?
Well,
Like,
okay, a nickname's kind of a bad example because no one's forced.
Both arms, let's go.
What's your real name? What's your legal name? I'm gonna call you your legal name. Fuck what you want me to call you. Like, what? Like, imagine if somebody said that. You know what I mean? But it's literally the same thing. You know?
Yeah.
Well, it's not literally the same thing, but it's like the same idea. You're asking someone to change how they talk for your comfortability, and most people have no problem with that when it's a nickname, you know?
Alright, let's see how engine goes.
I guess I didn't consider a situation in which somebody would be more uncomfortable with their full name rather than a nickname.
Shit.
I initially thought it wasn't the best example, but I hadn't considered it.
People just don't like their regular name, and they actually just have a completely different one, you know what I mean? Like, I've met quite a few people who don't like their real name, and, like, pretty much everyone in their life knows them as their nickname, kind of shit. But only in, like, government applications and shit will they put their legal name, you know?
Yeah, I've met people like that, too. I just hadn't considered it when we were talking about it.
Give me that.
Yeah, that's, like, imagine if somebody was like, what's your legal name? Sorry, I'm calling you that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it makes sense in, like, a professional environment, but I guess that also depends on, like...
Well, but even then,
what their nickname is.
I mean, even then, like, there's a handful of people that I work with that they go by a completely different name than what shows up on, like, the charting software that we use, or, like, the, hospital messaging service that we use. Like, there are people that go by completely different names, and it's literally just...
an issue with it not being free to change your legal name.
Yeah.
That's just that issue. Because it makes sense that you have to give whatever name the government knows you as, so a job can, like, do what they gotta do, like, to find who you are. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it could just be excessively easy to change your name, where you don't have to pay money. Like, 99% of people who would want to change their name would not go through the trouble to pay the government money to do so. It's like, who cares? Everyone I know is gonna call me it anyways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The inconvenience of changing your legal name to your nickname is probably most of the time, like, higher than the, like, reward, you know?
Mr. Sport 8 is the newest member of the Thrasher crew.
Mr. Sport 8, thank you for the follow.
Oh, man.
When I read the Thrasher crew, I'm just imagining them being part of your pick crew.
You know what? That does work. Because honestly, I had like DK crew on the fucking brain when I thought of that. You'd just be like, hey, the fucking Thrasher crew, whatever, yay. Oh, banana.
It reminds me fucking like... God. It's just always sometimes not shocking, what's the word?
Surprising? It's like being shocked, but like less intense.
It's...
Interesting?
I'm always reminded when I go to the big streamers on Twitch just how rampant the 2014 gamer mindset still is. That's where I always get reminded, is when I open up like XQC stream and like the big streams on Twitch.
Yeah.
It always reminds me how much of a culture shock, I guess is the word I'm looking for, is. Like on the same website though, you know?
Yeah. Only Crystal. Yeah, only Crystal.
What the fuck?
No gems allowed.
Here's a drinking game. Go in XQ3's stream for 30 minutes and take a shot every time you don't understand what's happening in chat. You'll die.
I hear XQC and I immediately flee. Unfortunately.
Not gonna lie, I don't actually know what content XQC streams.
Whatever he feels like.
Oh, variety streamer.
Somebody said this, and it's so true. XQC is Twitch's #1 resource because there's no game that's tying him to this platform. There's no game that's tying him to his community. His community follows him wherever the fuck he goes. Whatever the fuck game he's playing, he retains the same amount of viewership, but then there's some games where he gets even more. Like, like, his content is irrespective of the game he's playing. That's what's insane. Sometimes he'll be playing Among Us for a fucking half a year, and then another time he'll be playing fucking GTA RP, and then another time he'll be playing Overwatch, and then another time he'll be playing fucking League, and then another day he'll be fucking react-anding to fucking YouTube videos. It's like...
I remember him as a former pro Overwatch player who got let go because of certain comments he made about another player in the league that happened to be LGBT.
He got banned. He got banned for like a few months during the whole incident, but he that's not why he got let go. I forgot why he got let go. Or I don't even know if he got let go at the end of it all. I think... What was it? Because I know after he... I'm sorry, I'm fucking remembering that clip where the moment after he said it, realized what he said. I don't know if you saw the clip, but he said it, and then he closed his eyes and he knew, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, come on.
Is jellyfish a herb?
Yeesh. Does anyone remember what CFG's PB tonight was? Was it like a 56-24 or something? Because with how bad my spaced out is in PB, CFG might be running this again tomorrow night. I'm not gonna, like, make any, like, straight-up calls, but I'm just saying that might actually be a possibility. Oh, fuckles. Whoa. How did I not die there? How the fuck did I not die there? Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, shit. He. Come on. Come on. Come on, Shocky boy. Oh, give me that crystal. Give me that crystal. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine, we'll roll with it.
Oh, whoopsie.
Slash, how many levels you get?
3, including the one I'm doing right now.
I'm about to enter Spaced Out. Afterwards, it's see a Space Cowboy.
I had a really, really bad pissing it away.
Yeah, that one kind of held me up too.
Fuck, dude. Oh, man, I can't die again. I have to play it slow.
What is happening?
If I can just take this shit slow, we gotta be peachy. Because I wasted a lot of fucking time on PB. Ah, shit. That's what happens when
You
you try
want to
and
know a
make you.
concept I've been thinking about recently? And it could just be me
Fuck.
fucking, like, overthinking it, but I do think this has some merit. I think the less... I think the more lenient a trick is, the easier it is to fall out of practice with it. Because
Oh,
the
definitely.
requirements to hit the trick are inherently lower, meaning your focus and attention to detail on it is not as minute, meaning that, like, I don't know, I think it makes it easier to fall out of practice with tricks like Dog, where it's like there's so many different places that it works, right? In comparison to something like Passage Boost, where it's like really only like a really small range of angles and like one timing works, right? So it's like if you messed it up, you know why. Like there's only one way it works, so you either get that or you don't, right? But with something like Dog, it works in so many different ways that it's like when it doesn't go how you expect it to, it's kind of harder to figure out what went wrong because it's not always the same when it goes right, you know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, completely.
It does.
Crash,
Also,
what do
GG.
you suppose happened to Cortex?
Woo!
And what about
GG.
Cortex?
Yo, you got the sub 56 too.
Not me fitting to like send CFG a message going, remember when I said you weren't gonna have to run this game tomorrow night? I lied.
You should do, Thrasher. When they join Coldom Raw, you should say, "Yo, so I have a question. If I start grinding out for some PBs, you think you'll want to beat it again?" And then when they say yeah, be like, "Well, I got some news for you."
Yep. Oh my goodness. Thanks for the congrats, Wolf. Alright. Now go over to Slash's stream. Let's cheer the birthday boy on. Come on.
But so the reason,
Or
the
birthday
reason
homie. Sorry.
the reason I was thinking about this concept, right? So, I'm sure you both, Thrash and Slash, will understand this. You know how, like, you can be close or kind of far away from the dog, but it'll still work?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've always felt like the further you are away, the longer you have to wait to press X, right? It's like the timing changes based on where you are, right? And what I think... How I fell out of practice with Dog recently is I've been getting squashed a lot, right? And that used to never happen to me. It's usually when you press X late when that happens, right? Because you didn't get a jump out. And I'm like, why is this happening? I never press X late, right? And I'm realizing the way I was doing Dog for I guess for like a little while was I'd be consistently far away. So my timing adjusted to that working all the time. So, but now when I get close in positions that work, I'm pressing it consistently late because of how my timing adjusted to a different type of dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now I'm pressing X early when I'm getting really close, and it feels wrong. Like it feels like it shouldn't work, but they are. And I'm like, oh shit, I over-adjusted something, you know?
Oh, well, that's a game over.
Whoa, oh no. Oh, fuck.
Sorry, I didn't have a crystals. But it still sucks.